Drones have served as our eyes in the sky for years, revolutionizing the way we explore and discover. However, sometimes they reveal secrets that were never meant to be seen. Drone footage of water bodies has sparked intense speculation, showing strange creatures lurking in murky rivers, mysterious objects, and even unexplained phenomena that raise disturbing questions. Here are the most chilling and unsettling discoveries captured by drones over water bodies. Number 17. Sinking of the Voisey Bernadette. The MV Bernadette, once notorious for its involvement in a Miami drug smuggling operation, found a surprising second life beneath the waters off the coast of Florida. Originally built in 1965, the 180-ton cargo freighter had a tumultuous history, but in 2018, it was seized by U.S. Customs and Border Protection during a major drug bust. Fast forward to 2019, and the vessel was set to embark on a very different kind of journey, this time as part of an environmental initiative aimed at creating artificial reefs. In a dramatic move, all captured by drone footage, the ship was towed out about 11 miles southeast of Fort Pierce Inlet and deliberately sunk in 100 feet of water. But before it went down, technicians made some important modifications. They reinforced the ship structure by adding 200 tons of concrete to the cargo holds and used cutting torches to carve 6 large openings in its hull. The concrete added to the cargo holds was meant to ensure the ship remained stable and firmly settled on the ocean floor. Without this additional weight, the vessel could shift or move unpredictably due to ocean currents or storms. On the other hand, the 6 large holes cut into the ship's hull were designed to create easy access for marine life to enter and exit the vessel. These openings allowed fish, sea turtles, and other sea creatures to use the ship as a shelter, creating a habitat for them to thrive. The sinking of the Vide Bernadette was part of Florida's ongoing effort to bolster reef ecosystems. Florida is already home to over 3,000 artificial reefs, with more being added each year. These man-made reefs serve as critical environments for fish, sea turtles, and vibrant coral species. Thanks to the crystal-clear water in the region, these reefs are also a major draw for divers from all over the world. What was once a tool of illegal activity has now transformed into a beacon of environmental restoration, joining the ranks of famous reef sites like the USS Oriskany and the USS Spiegel Grove. Number 16. A Florida chilling discovery. The disappearance of Paula Miranda Rosa has left the community of Florida searching for answers. The 31-year-old woman vanished on December 18, 2021, after visiting Wakulla Springs State Park just north of Orlando. Her last known contact with her family was on December 17, when she had lunch with her mother and uncle. A breakthrough came on January 5, 2022, when police reported that hikers captured drone footage showing Paula swimming in the Wakulla River on the day she went missing. Her family confirmed her identity in the video. Don't be afraid to share it, even if it's wrong, like if it's somebody else. We want her home, and we love you. We want you home. She was also seen in 2 photos taken by the hikers. This discovery offered a timeline but raised even more questions. Despite this sighting, authorities still have no concrete leads as to where she went afterward. Her car was found at the park on December 21st, but no trace of Paula has been found since. The authorities have been conducting extensive searches. The sheriff's office announced plans to search 4.5 miles of the river using specialized camera equipment capable of exploring areas unreachable by standard scuba diving gear. In an earlier search, more than 150 law enforcement officers scoured the park using drones, planes, boats, scuba divers, bloodhounds, and even volunteers on horseback. Despite their efforts, no further evidence has been uncovered. There have been many theories surrounding Paula's disappearance. Some suggest she may not want to be found, and some even say that no one was supposed to see the chilling discovery the drone captured in the river that day. Others believe something more sinister may have happened. Her family is especially concerned, with her mother, Ivone Rosa, speculating that Paula's past struggles with mental health could have played a role. Paula had been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, and her mother worries that she may have become confused and lost. Paula Miranda Rosa is described as being 4 feet 10 inches tall, weighing around 145 pounds. She has reddish-violet hair and brown eyes. Her disappearance has left a gaping hole in her family's life, and they continue to hope for her safe return. Number 15. Chena River Ice Monster. A chilling drone video captured by staff from the Bureau of Land Management in Fairbanks, Alaska, has sparked a flurry of theories. The footage, shot over the ice-covered Chena River, shows something eerie moving slowly beneath the surface. The video was taken near the BLM Fairbanks district office, with the drone pointed downstream over the river. According to one of the BLM employees responsible for the video, the mysterious object was far out in the middle of the river, making it too difficult to investigate directly. So, they turned to a drone, which is when they made this baffling discovery. As the drone hovered above, The strange object seemed to drift in a rhythmic motion, almost like it was gliding, unaffected by the current around it. The object's shape appeared fluid and shifting, which only deepened the mystery. Some noticed that it had an almost snake-like appearance, suggesting a long, undulating creature beneath the ice. Others wondered if it was part of a larger mass of ice, frozen plant life, and debris caught together, creating the illusion of something more sinister. There were even whispers that this could be an unknown aquatic species, especially after reports of unusual sightings in the area in the past. Experts from nearby universities were consulted, but none could agree on a single theory, though they all agreed it was certainly an unusual sight. The footage itself is mesmerizing, showing a strange object gliding in the river. As soon as the video hit the public eye, people were quick to share their ideas about what this could be. Some viewers think it's just a large fish or a buildup of ice and debris, but others jump to wilder conclusions, suggesting that it might be some kind of river monster or an undiscovered creature lurking beneath the Chena River. While many speculate, experts have proposed more practical explanations. They suggest the object might be a combination of ice, plant matter, and debris, all flowing together with the current. The Chena River is known to carry all kinds of debris, making this theory sound reasonable. But until someone gets a closer look, the true identity of this mysterious river object remains unsolved, leaving plenty of room for imagination. Number 14. Crocodile takes down drone. At a wildlife park in Darwin, Australia, what started as a routine documentary shoot quickly turned into a jaw-dropping encounter. Drone operator Dan Hurst, working for the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, was capturing footage for a documentary marking the 50th anniversary of the ban on crocodile hunting in the Northern Territory. Little did he know that one of the park's toothy residents had its own plans for his drone. As Dan focused on filming the crocodiles in their natural habitat, something felt off. The usually skittish reptiles seemed unusually alert, particularly one massive crocodile that wasn't backing down. Instead of scurrying away, it locked eyes on the drone hovering above, almost as if sizing it up. The croc held its ground, fixated on the device, possibly seeing it as a threat or maybe even lunch. Seeing this as the perfect moment, Dan moved his drone in for a close-up. But in an instant, everything changed. Without warning, the crocodile launched out of the water with lightning speed, snapping its jaws shut with a thunderous crack. In seconds, the drone disappeared completely, crushed by the reptile's powerful bite. Dan and his crew were certain the drone was a goner, along with all the footage. But 2 weeks later, park staff found the mangled drone washed up on the shore of the lagoon. What's even more incredible is that the memory card was still intact. It had captured every moment leading up to the crocodile's dramatic strike, providing a rare and thrilling view of the creature's incredible power and agility. The footage became a hot topic back at the ABC offices, and the destroyed drone was mounted on a bulletin board as a reminder of just how unpredictable wildlife photography can be. Number 13. Sunken drug smuggling plane. In the waters near Norman's Cay, the creepy remains of a sunken plane now serve as an underwater spectacle, but this wreckage holds a dark history. Back in the 1970s and 1980s, this small island was at the center of a major drug smuggling operation led by the notorious drug lord Pablo Escobar. His cartel built a runway on Norman's Cay, using it as a key refueling point for planes loaded with illegal cargo en route from South America to the United States. The island was buzzing with criminal activity, with aircraft constantly landing, refueling, and then heading off to complete their illicit missions. The secluded nature of Norman's Cay made it the perfect hideout, and the cartel operated under the radar, moving tons of drugs across international waters. Escobar's influence reached far and wide, and he used the island as a strategic location to evade authorities, with multiple planes operating daily. The water surrounding the island became a key route in the drug trade, with planes often landing and taking off in secrecy. But in 1980, a World War II airplane carrying a hefty load of cocaine met a tragic end just off the southern end of the island. It crashed on a sandbar, narrowly missing the runway. Thankfully, no lives were lost, and the crew managed to salvage the cargo before swimming to shore. For decades, this wreck lay forgotten in the shallow waters of Norman's Cay, its story fading into obscurity. That is, until a drone rediscovered it, capturing chilling footage of the wrecked plane partially sticking out of the water. What was once a key tool in the drug trade has now become an artificial reef bursting with life. Sitting just 10 feet below the surface, the wreck is an accessible dive spot for both snorkelers and divers. The clear waters make it a perfect location to explore the vibrant marine ecosystem that has taken over the plain. As the wreck slowly rusts away, it continues to attract tourists and adventurers, its dark past giving way to a new chapter of marine exploration and ecological renewal. Now it's time for today's topic. A drone makes a chilling discovery in a river no one is supposed to see. The mysterious disappearance of Paula Miranda Rosa, has haunted Florida and beyond since December 2021. Just days before Christmas, the 31-year-old vanished without a trace, sparking a massive search led by law enforcement, volunteers, and her desperate family. The case took a strange turn in January 2022 when hikers provided drone video footage and photos to the authorities. The video showed Paula swimming in the Wekiva River, located within the state park. Her family, filled with a mix of relief and fear, confirmed that it was indeed Paula in the footage. While it offered a crucial timeline, it raised even more questions. Her car was found abandoned at the park, but Paula remained missing. Some believe she vanished on purpose, with rumors swirling that no one was ever supposed to see the haunting moments the drone revealed. Others fear something darker. Her family, still searching for answers, suspects she may have been a victim of human trafficking. What could have driven her to the river that day? Was it by choice, or is there a deeper, more sinister story hidden beneath the surface? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Number 12. Drone saves boys. It was a typical day at Lennox Head, a famous beach in New South Wales, Australia. The sun was shining, the waves were rolling in high, and the beach was buzzing with surfers and swimmers. But then, something alarming happened. Two teenage boys, aged 16 and 17, were caught in a deadly rip current nearly half a mile from shore. As they struggled against the powerful current, it became clear that they were in serious danger. Rip currents are notorious for pulling even the strongest swimmers far out to sea, and time was running out for the boys. Lifeguards on duty immediately jumped into action, but this wasn't going to be an ordinary rescue mission. They had a new tool at their disposal, a rescue drone. The New South Wales government had recently invested over $300,000 in advanced drone technology for beach safety. These drones were equipped not only to spot sharks but also to perform life-saving missions like this one. The lifeguards were still getting used to their new drone equipment when this emergency unfolded, but there was no time to hesitate. With remarkable speed, they launched the Westpac Little Ripper Lifesaver drone. The drone flew swiftly over the rough waters and, with perfect precision, dropped a rescue pod into the sea. As soon as it hit the water, the pod expanded into a flotation device, giving the exhausted boys something to hold on to. The entire rescue took just 70 seconds. If traditional lifeguards had attempted the rescue, it would have taken 3 times as long, especially given the challenging conditions. Number 11. Colony of 64,000 turtles. Every year, something truly spectacular happens off the coast of Queensland, Australia. But it went largely unnoticed by humans until drone technology came into play. On Rain Island, located about 390 miles northwest of Cairns, lies one of the most important nesting grounds for the endangered green sea turtles. This tiny coral key, just 79 acres, is critical to the survival of these magnificent creatures, whose populations have been decimated by centuries of hunting and habitat destruction. The island's beaches become a bustling hub of activity, as thousands of turtles congregate to lay their eggs in a synchronized seasonal ritual. As night falls, the beaches are transformed into a living spectacle, with the turtles slowly making their way from the water, driven by an ancient instinct to return to the same beaches where they were born. Some turtles face the arduous journey of climbing over the dunes, while others nest on the shorelines, digging holes with their flippers. The air is filled with the sound of waves crashing against the shore, and the occasional creak of shells scraping across the sand as these remarkable creatures fulfill their life cycle. The sight is truly overwhelming, with waves of turtles crawling up the shore in every direction, covering the beaches like an ancient, living carpet. The massive scale of this event has fascinated researchers, as it highlights both the resilience and fragility of the species, especially in the face of climate change and human activity. In a remarkable achievement, drones captured an awe-inspiring sight, a colony of 64,000 green sea turtles gathering on the island's beaches. These turtles were either getting ready to nest or were already in the process of laying their eggs. This groundbreaking footage revolutionized how scientists monitor turtle populations, replacing older methods like manual counting from small boats. This data is vital to conservation efforts, giving us a clearer picture of these turtles' numbers and the challenges they continue to face. Number 10. A shark catching its prey. One of the most jaw-dropping moments captured by drones shows a shark in its natural habitat doing what it does best, hunting. Researchers from the Discovery Channel, using a drone to navigate cloudy waters, filmed this intense scene from above. The shark was hugging those rocks, patrolling those rocks, investigating every nook and cranny of the environment that they know so well. Here in the footage, a hungry shark prowls near the rocky shoreline where seals usually hide. But this time, the tides are high, giving the predator easy access to its prey. Suddenly, a seal, unaware of the lurking danger, swims straight toward the shark. In a split second, the shark darts forward, attacking with precision. The water turns red as the predator grabs its prey, shaking the seal violently. Although the crew reassures viewers that the seal likely didn't suffer long, it's still a chilling scene to watch unfold. The shark's swift and brutal efficiency is both mesmerizing and terrifying, reminding us just how powerful these marine predators are. As brutal as the shark's hunt was, the next discovery takes us to something far more intriguing. Number 9. Humpback whale acrobatics. Drones have transformed the way scientists observe humpback whales, offering a breathtaking aerial view of their complex behaviors. A team of researchers recently used drones to capture stunning footage of these massive marine mammals performing acrobatic feats off the coast of the Antarctic Peninsula. This footage sheds light on their feeding strategies and social interactions, offering insights that were previously difficult to obtain. Humpback whales are famous for their agility and size, often displaying incredible movements. One of the most remarkable behaviors captured is called bubble netting. In this technique, a whale creates a circular net of bubbles to trap krill, its main food source. In one instance, a drone filmed a humpback using its 10-foot-long fin to craft this bubble net. Unlike many other large whales, humpbacks are surprisingly agile, thanks to their large flippers and tails. This gives them the ability to make sharp turns and pivots with impressive precision. The drone footage highlights their incredible ability to twist and maneuver their enormous bodies with ease. Humpbacks are currently the only species known to use this intricate solitary bubble netting technique, which can only be truly appreciated from an aerial perspective. Number 8. Moose versus wolf. This stunning aerial view captures a battle for survival between a moose and a wolf. Moose are not only strong and tall, but they are also impressive swimmers, making water a key defense against land predators. As the wolf approaches, the moose stands its ground, staring down the predator with intense focus. The wolf, agile and determined, circles the moose, looking for an opening to strike. The moose remains alert, aware of the wolf's every move, but it doesn't panic. With a sudden lunge, the wolf leaps at the moose's legs, its teeth sinking into the thick fur. The moose lets out a snort, its hooves splashing the water as it bucks and kicks with all its might. Captured by a drone near a lake in Ontario, Canada, a moose stands calmly in ankle-deep water. Suddenly, out of the bushes, a wolf charges toward it. The moose tries to defend itself, kicking at the wolf, but the predator is relentless. It uses its powerful jaws to clamp onto the moose's leg. The moose frantically circles the water, shaking off its attacker. After a tense minute, exhausted, the wolf finally retreats, realizing it's no match for the resilient moose. Number 7. Drone films Loch Ness Monster. In an unexpected turn of events, 54-year-old Richard Maver, an outdoor enthusiast and YouTuber, may have accidentally captured footage of the elusive Loch Ness Monster while participating in the Great Glen Canoe Challenge. This grueling 4-day adventure, covering 62 miles, was meant to raise funds for the Alzheimer's Society, but it ended with something far more mysterious. While documenting his journey, Richard decided to launch his drone to capture some stunning aerial views of the Scottish Highlands. It wasn't until later, as he reviewed the footage, that something strange caught his eye, an unusual shape moving just beneath the water's surface near the shore of Loch Ness. At first, Richard couldn't believe what he was seeing. He rewound the footage multiple times, convinced that the shape resembled the iconic Nessie images he'd seen in the past. The video shows a distinct long form in the water, eerily similar to previous alleged sightings of the Loch Ness Monster. Despite many viewings and plenty of speculation, no one has been able to definitively explain what Richard captured that day. The footage remains an intriguing mystery, leaving viewers wondering, could it really be Nessie? Number 6. Swimming camels. This next drone footage captures thousands of key camels, a rare breed, gracefully swimming through shallow waters. These camels are migrating from Kut district in India to the lush mangroves, covering an impressive distance of up to 3 kilometers. As the camels move in herds, their large silhouettes cut through the water, creating a surreal and striking image against the backdrop of the sun-kissed horizon. Their elegant movements in the water seem almost otherworldly, with the strong current adding a sense of struggle to their otherwise graceful journey. The camera pans over the vast groups, showing just how many of them are making this arduous trek, their long legs moving steadily through the shallow, briny water. Yet, the scene holds a darker reality. These camels are not merely migrating, they are fighting for survival. Due to salt companies blocking their tidal waters, the mangroves are drying up, leaving these camels with less and less food. The journey for the camels to reach their grazing land has become much longer, and with a severe lack of food, this already vulnerable species faces an even greater threat to its survival. Number 5. Bird swallowed by giant glory hole, survives 200 feet fall. In a jaw-dropping moment at Lake Berryessa Reservoir in Napa County, California, a bird found itself caught in a terrifying situation. The bird, casually gliding over the lake's surface, was suddenly pulled into the powerful vortex of the glory hole, a massive 200-foot deep spillway used to control the reservoir's water levels. The swirling current beneath was so strong that it seemed as though the bird had no chance of escaping. As it was sucked deeper, the force of the water twisted and churned around the bird, making it look as though the situation was hopeless. Onlookers gasped, unsure of what would happen next as the bird disappeared from view, carried by the relentless pull of the drain. The dramatic scene was captured by Rick Fowler, the lake's water resources manager, using a drone. The powerful current and the steep drive led many to believe the bird had little chance of survival. Experts feared the immense water pressure would be too much. Contrary to these grim predictions, the eyewitness to this dramatic event had a different story to tell. He was convinced that the bird, which he identified as a cormorant, miraculously survived its ordeal. According to him, after a suspenseful wait, the bird rocketed out of the spillway, shook off the dramatic plunge, and took flight once again, soaring freely. Number 4. The aftermath of a tsunami. On September 28, 2018, Indonesia experienced a devastating event when a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck near Sulawesi. Although the quake itself caused little damage, it set off a powerful tsunami with waves far exceeding early predictions. In Palu, the capital of central Sulawesi, the waves reached heights of 20 feet, more than double what experts initially anticipated. The region's long, narrow bay, only about 20 miles wide, allowed the tsunami to surge rapidly, dragging tons of debris and rubble out into the ocean. The aftermath was catastrophic. Mudslides triggered by the waterlogged ground added to the destruction. In total, the disaster claimed over 4,300 lives, making it one of Indonesia's deadliest tsunamis in over a decade. Within days, drone footage of the wreckage emerged, showing the true scale of the devastation. Entire neighborhoods had been flattened, bridges lay in ruins, and some areas remained submerged. From above, you could see both the destruction and the resilience of the people of Palu as they started the long process of rebuilding their city from the ground up. Number 3. Drone captures mermaid. A local drone enthusiast set out for a casual flight, aiming to capture footage of a serene river winding through the lush greenery near his home. What he didn't expect was to stumble upon something that would leave the internet buzzing. As the drone hovered above the peaceful scene, its camera initially picked up the usual sights: rippling water, swaying trees, and fish darting beneath the surface. But then something unusual appeared on his screen. The operator noticed a figure in the water that looked like a woman with long, flowing red hair, swimming gracefully. Intrigued, he adjusted the camera, hoping it was just a trick of the light, but the figure moved with remarkable fluidity, almost as if dancing through the water. The eerie calm of the scene felt unreal, and as the drone drew closer, the figure seemed to turn toward the camera, locking eyes with the lens in a way that sent chills down the operator's spine. At first, he assumed it was just someone in a costume, maybe a playful prank, but as he zoomed in, the situation became even more bizarre. The drone's microphone picked up eerie, almost otherworldly sounds coming from the water. Was this a mermaid caught on camera? The footage quickly went viral, leaving viewers captivated and questioning what they had just seen. This mysterious drone video still has people debating whether the legend of mermaids might actually be true. Number 2. Large oil spill washing up on the beach. In 2020, the island of Mauritius faced a devastating environmental crisis after the Japanese-owned oil carrier MV Wakashio collided with a coral reef just under 2 miles from the shore. The ship was carrying a massive load, including 4,728 U.S. tons of low-sulfur fuel oil, 251 U.S. tons of diesel, and 109 U.S. tons of lubricant oil. The collision led to a catastrophic oil spill that sent shockwaves across the island. As the spill spread, it quickly became clear that this was not just an environmental disaster but a humanitarian crisis as well. Local fishermen, who relied on the surrounding waters for their livelihoods, suddenly found their way of life threatened, and tourists who once flocked to the island's beaches were now faced with an apocalyptic scene. Drone footage captured the scale of the disaster, showing once pristine beaches now smothered in thick black oil. The crystal-clear waters of the Indian Ocean were turned into a murky, polluted mix of oil and debris. The aerial views painted a heartbreaking picture of the environmental damage, making it clear that this was a race against time to prevent an even bigger catastrophe. Locals, environmental specialists, and volunteers worked tirelessly to clean up the oil and save the wildlife affected by the spill. Number 1. Beached whale. In September 2021, a man flying a drone over the peaceful blue waters of Iceland came across something astonishing. A massive blue whale carcass washed ashore, measuring a staggering 59 feet long and weighing an incredible 20 tons. The sight was both breathtaking and haunting, as the sheer size of the whale was overwhelming. It appeared to have been stranded on the shore for some time, with the natural elements beginning to take their toll on its once majestic body. The discovery sparked a flurry of activity as local authorities and researchers quickly arrived on the scene. Despite the whale's immensity, the cause of its beaching remained unclear, and scientists speculated about possible environmental factors or disease that might have led to its death. While such sightings are rare, studies suggest blue whales often beach themselves due to illness, injury, severe weather, or simply old age. In this case, marine biologists took DNA samples to investigate further, but the exact cause of death remains a mystery. This beach giant was a rare find. Which of these discoveries intrigued you the most? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.